Where's Cece go?
This is our only chance. We have to take it. We need Kong. The world needs him to stop what's coming. And this child, she's the only one he'll communicate with.
I knew that they had a bond. She had nowhere to go, so I made a promise to protect her. And I think that in some way, Kong did the same. Godzilla.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Earth 2 Movie Review. We are here to discuss, if you didn't get it by that 1 minute and 30-second trailer, we're here to discuss Godzilla vs. Kong. With me today, I have the boys, Ray and Ant. Welcome, Ray and Anthony. It's been a while.
It's good. We lost
Anthony,
one dropped in and left.
I know.
Yeah,
we lost,
I think her phone connection is not going great.
Yeah, so she'll probably be back while we're doing this. Hopefully, we can stay.
I think she said
I'm always on time. I appreciate this jumping in the middle of no.
Whoa! I know you're not talking, but we're here, man. It finally happened. You know, the biggest rumble since what? The Rock and Stone Cold. The biggest rumble since not Undertaker. Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. That was a huge rumble for me because that I remember that year. So we're here, and this was a big.
I figured you'd say the biggest rumble since Rumble in the Jungle, but
yeah, that's what I thought.
You must be a boxing fan.
No, because I'm about to go somewhere with it.
Except King Kong ain't no rope-a-dope.
He didn't, and they took him. You know what? I'm not gonna say they took him from his land in chains on a boat, but they did.
Man, the fact that they could chain you are tight, and the fact that they could chain you in the first place is embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Because we've sat through what, 2 Godzilla movies, and never has he been chained.
Can you imagine Godzilla sitting chilling on a boat chained?
Because some little girl told him to? That's crazy, man. Mind you, Godzilla went through. So this is the final. I think this is the movie that was the Monsterverse was building up to. We had Godzilla, then we had Kong, then we had King of Monsters, and now this. You know, and I was curious after King of Monsters how they were going to do this, because if we look at King of Monsters, there's no way Kong should stand up toe-to-toe with like it. First of all, he was so much smaller in Kong.
King Godzilla just emitted radiation. Like, there was no he melted stuff around.
Let's go back to the origins. All right.
Origins. Okay.
Godzilla out here destroying cities.
Right.
Kong got washed by biplanes.
True that.
Godzilla taking nukes. Kong getting beat up by a little less than average
skull walkers or whatever they call them. And it's those little buggy things, skull walkers, crawlers, whatever. It's funny though, those beasts or monsters have existed since, because apparently if we look at this in this movie verse, Kong existed first.
No,
because Skull Island was supposedly in the past. That was around
Vietnam.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Vietnam.
Right, but Godzilla still existed. He just wasn't up and running about.
I mean, according to this movie, they both existed for the same amount of time.
No, so I think you're confusing. They were saying that their 2 species have existed, and
that's what I'm saying. Like in the history of the universe, I'm saying. So so then, who existed first?
Godzilla's thousands of years old. Like Godzilla is.
But in the movie verse, in the movie verse, we're supposed to have met Kong first. I guess.
I think. Are you talking about chronological order of the movies, or whether?
Yes, I'm talking about this Monsterverse. I'm not talking about
in the universe. In this universe for the movies, Kong is the first one that they met.
Yes,
that they met. Oh, okay.
Yes, the humans have met. I liked Kong. If we're gonna do this, I liked Kong Skull. I liked Skull Island. I really enjoyed that movie.
It was all right.
I thought containing it was self-contained. It felt it to me it felt better, because again, it wasn't like humans were the catalyst to the fights. Humans just existed in this space while these beasts fought each other. My problem, or kind of a problem for these movies that I've had, especially with us, King of Monsters, is the humans being the reason why things happen. And I mean, I guess, things have to happen, but can't you write it so that things happen and then humans exist and, the monsters just fight each other?
It depends on. Okay, so throughout the history of the Godzilla movies, Godzilla has been many things. Godzilla has been a force of nature. Godzilla has been an ally to humans, et cetera, et cetera. But that human like element has always been in Godzilla movies. Like the humans either running away from it, or the humans, talking about what Godzilla is going to do next, or the humans fighting with Godzilla, and things like that. So like, there was nothing out of the ordinary with regard to that. Like, yes, I know a lot of people, Americans especially, like, we don't care about these humans. We just want to see the two things fight. But it's been historically linked with the movies that humans are always up. Like you can't make a Godzilla movie without humans.
I'm not saying don't make it without humans. I think what I'm saying is
without the human element.
I'm saying, but why do the humans have to be the reason things happen?
So
they're not the reason things happen.
I think I know what he's saying. Now, first I will say this: Ray's right that humans have always been part of Godzilla movies.
Yes,
and I think to me, that's one of the linchpins if it's a good Godzilla movie or not. How are you incorporating the humans into this movie? Right? Do they become annoying? Do they become a drag on the plot? They become the casino planet. And I'm not gonna start this argument.
You don't have the time.
Do they drag down the plot? I think that this, out of except for Skull Island, out of all the other movies, this was the okay balance. Like, this was okay balance.
Okay balance, right.
I think the humans didn't exist to really do much, but give us exposition in this movie.
And then the last fight was all all up to their.
They gave so much exposition about like Kong's past, Godzilla's history, et cetera, and like if the humans hadn't been there, like, sure, maybe Mecha Godzilla wouldn't have shown up or something like that. But even if he showed up anyway, like, we wouldn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, but I think I like what Mo was saying. I prefer my Godzilla a force of nature. It doesn't have to be malevolent or anything like that, where the humans are pretty surviving and trying to figure out what the best part is to survive. Those are the Godzilla stories that I like more, but everybody's different. It's kind of like James Bond. What kind of James? Who's your James Bond?
To be fair, the humans had no effect on anything Godzilla did in this movie. Like, Godzilla did what Godzilla did.
Well, no, because he's the reason why humans are the reason why he attacked. They were building the technology. They were because every time
good point
happened, that's why Godzilla was attacking, because there was another alpha. Yep. And I think actually, if I was to go into it, I think he sensed King Ghidorah, and he was like, "Oh no, like, what do you gotta do?"
Because that's the skull they were using as the base of their, the control of the Mecha Godzilla.
And I think there's another one in the mech itself.
Yeah, so what I did like about that is that, it wasn't a human controlled Mecha Godzilla fight. I like that it was just that it short circuited and, Mecha started thinking for himself. I enjoyed that part of it.
I do have issues with it, but we'll get there.
I have so many issues, but we'll get there.
Okay, so then let's go back to the beginning of this and start over. So we're here on Skull. I think the movie does open with the attack.
It's not Skull Island.
Yeah, it starts on. No, it opens with the attack, right? Oh, it starts Skull Island.
No.
Oh, yeah,
it opens with the attack.
Kong.
Yeah.
And then they flash back to Kong, but it's not on Skull Island.
Right. Wait, that was Skull Island. It was just a habitat.
No.
They built it.
He was in a containment facility somewhere. They just didn't tell us where it was. If it was Skull Island, it didn't seem like Skull Island.
Because at one point she said there's before the storm took over Skull Island. So I think they created that containment to imitate what Skull Island
what I got from that is Skull Island is no longer a place that they can go to. Like the storm has taken it over completely, but they got Kong out of there, and they have him in a containment thing somewhere.
See how that storm doesn't make sense?
Thinking a monster.
The storm from the last Kong movie. Remember the island was surrounded by like a storm no one could ever really penetrate.
Oh, okay. Because I was lost in that storm. I was like, "Is this a radiation storm? Like what?"
Right.
It was just a storm that always hit the island the entire time. So maybe apparently, what it sounds like to me is like the storm took over the island finally. And they got Kong to somewhere else, but Kong feels like he's in prison because he's not on his island.
And he's getting older and older and bigger, and they're saying they can't contain him. Is what I got from.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And,
which was kind of badass. Him like just taking it, and he's like apparently does this a lot.
He's like, I know I'm not on my island. You guys can't take me out. I know I'm not home.
Okay, so let's talk about the human characters first because we're gonna get to the fights. Let's talk about the human characters. So, Stranger Things girl, how do we feel about her? Do we care? She's been in 2 movies now. Do we care?
I'm indifferent.
Okay.
I'm indifferent to her character. Like she was there for exposition, I think, or lead something to exposition.
100%. Paperboy, care about him? Yes, no, maybe so.
Paperboy?
Yeah. Well, about Stranger Things girl. Like I feel like I could put anybody in there. I felt like the actress tried her best because she was trying to emote every emotion she could.
Yeah,
using anger. Yeah. But she has that kid actor thing where they think yelling is the same as
emoting.
And again, it was the same thing. Like, Dad, believe me. No, you don't know what you're talking about. But why would he attack? I mean, he's attacking these specific facilities. There is no pattern. I mean,
that annoyed me.
How many times?
That annoyed.
Huh?
I said I'm mad. I'm mad. All these supposedly smart people don't even try to consider shit like that.
Like seriously. Like
and
why
really
would you be attacking Acme facilities? Like, is there a point to that? Like, it's so dumb.
Yeah, so and dumb. There was somebody they needed somebody to be on Team Godzilla, right? Because the movie, like Kong is the protagonist of this movie. Like Kong is a protagonist of this movie because everything's from his perspective and mostly from his team's perspective. So they really just needed. I think they were really just trying to do something. I have Team Godzilla, and they put her and they built the team around her. Which the kid from Deadpool was pretty much useless. I forget he's in the movie until somebody brings him up.
Seriously, who? The kid from the Aussie kid. He's from Deadpool.
I don't think he's Aussie. He sounds like he's New Zealand.
Oh shit,
he's a Kiwi.
I could be wrong. Yeah. I think he's
kind of a Kiwi to me, but I mix those two up all the time. But he was pretty much
the way you know Kiwi people is like they pronounce their E's like I's and their I's like E's.
Yeah,
but he was there to get bossed around.
Right.
He didn't really bring anything to the table.
He bought $100.
The van. Huh?
He bought a van and $100.
And she tried to leave him. Like, you can't wait till he opens up the other door. Like,
and then like the next scene, he was real free with that $100.
I was like,
he just pulled it out. Like, do you understand?
And then he was like,
the market looked so shady.
And buy a fish.
The market looks.
Son, I give you $100
for candy.
I would have robbed him.
For candy.
I would have robbed him. Super shady market. And
all I know is
free. Like,
kids that age shouldn't have $100.
Facts.
I mean, the world has changed, Ray. He probably got like, he's probably really meek in real life, but on social media, he's the man. He's DJ.
Must be because he pulled that $100 out like he had some more.
Right.
Do 50, 20 something first. You don't leave with the 100. These ain't drugs. You're not trying to find the plug.
he didn't bring 2 50s out. He didn't bring 10 10s out. He brought 100 out.
What's your life? What kind of life you living?
He smacked it on the table too. Bap.
At first, I didn't do a double take because at first I was like, he gave him $10. Like $10, right?
I had to rewind.
Y'all should try threatening first.
Man, nobody was gonna be threatened by that little boy. Stop it. So what about Paperboy? What do we care about his character? I think he was supposed to be the conspiracy theorist guy.
So on paper, I can see how that. Oh, sorry.
No. I'm just. I think because Ray, when I said Paperboy the first time, Ray was like, "Who?"
Oh,
so, yeah. I was just trying to like.
He reminds me of what's his face from Transformers. That
Sam Wiki. Oh no.
No. The other guy. I can't remember his name. He's a phenomenal actor. I can't remember his name. Saved my life.
I know who you're talking about. He was in
that
HBO show as a lawyer.
The other conspiracy theorist. But I didn't feel this guy at all. I could have lived without this guy. Like I feel like his role was wasted, and they made him like. You don't have to sound insane to be a conspiracy theorist.
No, you don't.
Especially if you're right. Especially if you're right. Like I felt like they could have just made up a conspiracy theorist who seemed very sensible, and then like you would be like, oh dang, he was right. Oh, the shit he's saying makes sense.
There's no way I would have let someone like that near my computer.
No. And logins don't work like that. Nobody leaves their station and just goes, "Oh, I'm just gonna leave this computer open." You're fired. You are fired at this point. There's no way you're in a position like that and you're just leaving your stuff open. But like, I feel like on paper that was a good character.
You try running like a podcast from like how like things go on inside like Amazon or Google or Microsoft and see how quick you lose your job.
Right. There's no way a tech company can't find out who you are. Like, and he's giving clues. Like, I'm at this facility. I've been working for 5 years. I bought like I was like, dog, you are not built for this.
No. Maybe he was working longer than 5 years, but he said 5 years to throw. Do
you really believe this character was misdirecting him with that 5 years? Do you really?
No, he wasn't. I'm trying here. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe a different character, but I feel like he was like, and he wasn't bad per se, but I feel like he was like, what do white conspiracy theorists sound like in movies? I'm gonna channel all that.
Yeah,
right.
It could have been done. Again, the Team Godzilla was a weaker team. It was a weaker team. I didn't really care about anything they had to do. They were pure exposition. They weren't even emotional.
Like, honestly, if Team Godzilla and Team Kong went at it, if they went at it, I think Team Kong would have won.
I mean, in terms of acting and how compelling their parts were in the movie, there was. But again, Kong is the protagonist, right?
This is a versus. I'm talking about fighting.
Yeah, well, all right, but and Godzilla is a hurricane, right? So there's no interaction between them and Godzilla. No. I can't even remember if Godzilla knew that girl at some point, or I can't even remember if that happened.
No. He doesn't. Godzilla doesn't remember anybody.
Godzilla doesn't. He doesn't care enough.
He doesn't care enough,
and he shouldn't. People. I feel like Godzilla was like, oh, what? The ants are fucking up. Was that King Ghidorah? Are they messing with King Ghidorah? No, the ants are fucking up. Like all these, because again, there's a lot of innocent people that died on those bridges, died on those coastlines, those boats. And the Godzilla was like, look, when your pet gets rants, we around here, bring out the spray bottle type of thing. So that's how Godzilla's that pet owner that you might report, but he'll whoop your ass. So how much do you love animals? How much do you love animals?
All right, switching gears right now.
Hold on, it was you.
All right,
okay. All right. I said this already in like in the chat, but like, what is up with them sending like billion-dollar jets that are not going to do anything just to get blown up? Like they've done it in like all the Godzilla movies now. But it's still like, why? You know it's not.
What didn't make sense is we know they can make ordnance that actually hurts them, and that's one of my problems with the movie. We know there was missiles he was shot with that actually hurt him later in the movie.
Thank you. I'm saying thank you because it makes no sense that we're sitting here firing from. If you know Godzilla's coming, right? After King of Monsters, and you've seen that he can actually get hurt because he got smoked in King of Monsters. Mm-hmm. He can get hurt, and you know what can hurt him. Why are you still firing plain ass missiles from jets, bro? Like, what is this? Like, also, why are you firing at his shell side? Go for when he gets up. Go for the soft underbelly. Like, what's wrong with you?
If I'm a human and I saw Godzilla's radioactive aura melt the city around him, we just evacuate. We just evacuate. You live on the coast. You might get hit with hurricanes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So you just move in. It is cheaper just to rebuild. And lives and everything else. It is cheaper just to rebuild.
So let's talk about Team Kong for a quick second. Little deaf girl.
I liked her but it kept reminding me of Congo. Amy, pretty gorilla. Good gorilla. Amy, home, Amy.
I think the character was.
I'm sorry.
Look, you ain't think about that. That's all I thought about that whole movie. There we go. I don't know. Shouts out to Congo. Shouts out to Congo. Bruce Campbell's still alive.
Oh man, that was horrible.
Okay. So I like the character conceptually, but I think like they made it a bit too. What's that word? Like when something is overused, like they overuse like her like. I know like she's deaf and she can feel vibrations or whatever, but like I felt like that was overused. If that makes sense.
Murder?
Yeah. And I'm like, does she have special powers? She can hear these things from miles away. Like she can't hear, but she can feel the vibrations, and no one else can feel these vibrations. Like,
you are on
like,
a.
Don't get me wrong. I know deaf people are better with their other senses, but like not to that extent. You can't feel his heartbeat through the ground. Get out of here.
No, the worst one. The worst. Okay.
Okay.
The worst one for me was you're in a ship with radar, like with radar equipment.
Yes.
And they did not detect God. Like she detected
the vibration.
They did.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. They treated her like a dog that can sense earthquakes. That's what they treated her like. And this is my thing. How is this giant ass ape doing sign language who's constantly monitored in a holodeck, and nobody noticed him doing hand signals before? Like nobody saw him throwing up gang signs and shit. Nobody saw that. You just ignore that, right? All right. He's like, nobody. He didn't want you to know. How was he hiding anything?
Like he's bigger than the whole island. Like, are you kidding me? That was wild.
But it's not like he only knew one word. He was following their. They made it seem like he was following their whole conversation. So
did he also
he's like,
he said home,
you
right?
don't know better, bitch. I know shit.
Yeah. He didn't just sign.
He didn't sign on. He spoke. What about
Whoa,
Eileen?
wait, what?
Yeah,
he
spoke.
If you go back and watch it,
he signed home and said home at the same time.
Oh, I missed all of that. What?
Yeah. Yeah, he spoke. He said home.
I thought he meant like he signed home.
No,
and there was
he
like
said it. And even
he signed home and spoke it.
Yeah, even the evil guy's daughter was like,
kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Anakin Skywalker rule. Rule. Kill it. Kill it. Wait, where the white folks at? Kill it.
What about Eileen? Eileen, her pseudo mom.
I mean,
solid actor. Right. Solid actor.
He's all right. Like,
right.
There was nothing for me to be like, oh, I can't stand this character. Or, oh, I really like this character. She was okay.
Okay.
You know?
And then finally, the doctor who found how to get to Hollow Earth.
Eric Northman from True Blood.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm glad they didn't chew on a romance thing in there for
I'm so glad. It looked like when he kissed her or whatever. I was like, yeah. But this is my thing. We can't take his chains off. We lose him. We lose the whole project. Where is he going? Where is he going?
Honestly, I was surprised he could swim because he can't swim. Well, humans can, but like gorillas and chimps can't swim.
I was like, where is he? I mean, this is the perfect containment. Y'all need the chains because I felt the chains are unbelievable.
Yeah, at this point, what do you need the chains for? You're in the middle of the ocean. I'm pretty sure self-preservation is still a thing for Kong at whatever size he is. So he's probably not going to be like, see y'all later. I'm gonna dive in.
Godzilla lifts over 300,000 tons. Over 300,000 tons. If Kong can't break those chains, he is not going to Godzilla.
That whole chain thing. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. So we're done with Team Kong now. Let's talk about our villains or bad guys or whatever. That I didn't care about necessarily. So the guy who owns Apex,
they were a caricature, like
really. They were just characters. They were throwaway characters. The guy who controls Apex.
Evil plan.
I mean, it wasn't an evil plan. It was just he just didn't really care about the damage his shit was doing. It wasn't necessarily evil, right?
No, I'm not calling him evil. I'm just saying that's how they wrote his dialogue.
I would call it evil because the collateral damage that ended up occurring.
Yeah.
Well,
like he didn't intend for that collateral damage to happen.
Oh, but he knew it was happening. That's why
he knew it would happen.
All right.
Why are you building
he a villain then?
Why are you building these facilities on coastline cities? Like, why are you?
Yeah, all right, never mind. He a villain. Yeah. If you knew that was happening.
Another thing is, apparently there's a whole underground.
First time?
Huh?
That wasn't the first time. Like no. He knows that's why Godzilla showed up.
Because the whole thing about King of Monsters was Monarch, the company, woke those monsters up, and then they ended up fighting for supremacy because they wanted to change the world. Like that's what happened in King of Monsters. That's why I'm saying I don't like the fact that humans are the reason for all the fights. Like these fights could be a thing without humans.
We'll go a little fast. What about the fight on the boat? Because we kind of skipped over that. What did y'all think about the fight?
No, we haven't talked about that. We're just going through the human characters real quick. So the guy who and then what about his little? I was about to say his Japanese friend,
Asian guy. He didn't do anything.
Was he Japanese?
Yes. Apparently, he's supposed to be the son of the Japanese guy on the first second movie.
He looked cool as fuck.
Why would you ally with this guy? Your dad was a sensible man who sacrificed himself. This is what you do?
Like, screw you, man. You never loved me. I'm gonna destroy all your work. You love Godzilla more than me. You love Godzilla more than me.
Gotcha.
Like the reason I asked if he was, I'll get to the reason why I asked if he was Japanese later. But let's.
And then the Spanish girl, his daughter.
Another wasted character.
Honestly, as soon as she came on screen, I hated her. I didn't care.
But you're supposed to hate her, but she didn't do anything. And until
but I was like, why is she here?
Okay, so
to be badass and deliver badass lines.
She showed up and was a dick to all of them out of them. I'm like, does no one here, including the military people, have any kind of spine? Be like, listen, we're on your daddy's ship.
Right.
No. Right. Because apparently they have all the money, so fuck you.
Right. And then like they went in, but not the military or whatever. I'm like,
yeah, why is she going in?
Like, no, why did the little girl? Okay, let's get to the fight. So the first fight on the boat, Godzilla won. Not even like
Kong there was no chance Kong was ever gonna win that fight. They were in water. No chance he was ever gonna win.
They gave him more sauce than he deserved. Like they gave him more.
Yeah.
But I did like seeing Godzilla like crocodile roll him down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Like got that death roll.
But I guess this is where human involvement was needed and was good because they ended up helping him with the depth charges. Yeah.
Again,
and Anthony said you have weapons that can. Why did you not fire the depth charges as soon? So
they were like, we need something that's going to stun him. Depth charges stun Godzilla? When did that happen?
No, not stun. Disorient.
They disorient him? When did that happen? We have seen Godzilla like stand in the heart of an ancient city that has like multiple nuclear things going. I think
they weren't sure it was gonna work.
Oh, that one black commander is like, this better work. It's not.
What you gonna do?
We did it. You running? Can we run? Can we outrun Godzilla? Can we outrun Godzilla?
They give him a line. They gave him a line. That's it. You want a line right here? I bet. Say this.
Collect your scale check and move on, sir.
Right, that's
it. Because who you threatening? Who you threatening right now? There wasn't a choice of ideas.
No. It wasn't between one choice and the other.
And we've seen Godzilla go around ships before. We've seen Godzilla go around ships before in other movies. And this one, he was not playing. He went through
everything. Like, if he's tearing through ships and this better work, no, and then what? If it doesn't,
and what? If it doesn't, you want to fight about it on the deck? You want to go?
I was waiting for somebody to be like, push that monkey in. Like, fuck him.
I think the girl said that, like, get rid of the monkey. They treat him like the bad guy, but I was thought the same thing. Like, he's even called.
Listen. If I was the captain of that ship, I'd have been like, get him off my ship. Get him off my ship.
As soon as Godzilla grabbed him, I'd be like, all right, all hands veer off.
Let's go. Oh yeah, we going this way. Like we going. Like what?
They got him. I would
be all right. Be all right.
That was not military personnel, because if they were military personnel, they'd be like, well, that's that. I am not losing any more men to these like giant monsters.
And then we find out they can fly him. They have a cargo that can hold him and craft that can fly him. And you decide to go over water. You stated that Godzilla can tell he's an alpha and he's gonna come for him, and you decide to go over water. Oh, we went outside his usual patterns. Didn't we understand the last movie that there was canals through the earth that he was coming up at different places and whatnot? Like y'all planning was y'all wanted to see a fight. Y'all wanted to see a fight. Y'all like that friend to be like, oh, what do you mean? I thought she
did it on purpose. She was like, Kong bounce and no one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she was
like, Kong can win. Kong can handle him.
And another random guy that had one line in the movie, you don't think the king can handle himself? I'm done for this movie.
Right. Oh man.
Like you're a face. Like you got nope. We're good. We're good. We got Eric Northman. We don't need you. Oh man, I'm sorry.
Right, pretty much.
You could have been the army captain. The guy saying this better work.
I do like that period in the intro where that guy shit on where they try to sneak you like, oh, Kong has gotten bigger.
Yeah. Like, hold on, everybody. He's not done yet. Wink. He's not done growing yet. Wink. Yeah. We know it. We know it. But the fight was decent. Like I was invested in all the fights were well choreographed.
For all the shit I'm saying, I enjoyed the fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Did we enjoy Middle Earth or Hollow Earth? Did we care about Hollow Earth?
Well, so for the fight, there was one part where Kong like knocked the fuck out of Godzilla. The one who was playing all the trailers. Because Kong's fist is like a size bigger than Godzilla.
Yeah. I thought we were gonna get a much more. Well, the first fight was, I think Godzilla had that because this is his element. Home turf, right?
And I thought we were going to get a jungle one with him. We would give Kong a turf advantage.
Yeah, we would. That would have been nice. But no, Godzilla said, "I'm
DDT'd him on a ship somewhere."
Godzilla said, "No, I'm gonna open up a hole in the middle of the earth and run your fade." Do you understand the confidence for someone to be like, "I am about to fuck you up so bad that I want you to like." I will buy your plane ticket. I will buy your ticket.
He said, yo, step out.
Come up here now. Come up here.
It's like, you know when you're fighting someone that can fight and they do this right here? Like, you know you're about to get knocked out. Right. That's what Godzilla did. He's like, come on.
I'm down here chilling. I just found my family. I got reunited with my family home. Can we just bring your ass up here?
No.
I about that talking.
I think
meet me outside.
Meet me outside.
Catch me outside. For all this shit about this movie, that to me was the best part of it. Godzilla's like, wait a minute, I feel something. Something's wrong. Hold on.
Awesome.
Supercharged.
All you people died for a reason. It was me. It was me. They didn't want to bow down either. But just your family's been a problem since back in the day. We all knew your family from the neighborhood. The neighborhood. That's why y'all had to die.
Imagine if there was a containment center right there.
Speaking of that Middle Earth stuff, like
first of all, the ships.
I didn't like the whole like Kong civilization existing in the Middle Earth thing for like millennia or whatever, and they built a city and all that. Like,
yeah, they making art and shit. They making art.
Like, they're making art. They're building machines. They're making MacGuffin axes. Like,
right. I think the axe is a piece of Godzilla's scale, or one of the Godzilla's scale.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's probably why he felt it, and the fact that he found it in the skull of a Godzilla, or maybe another.
I don't think that was a Godzilla.
It was in the skull or something though.
Because the last Godzilla is not big though. In this universe, the last Godzilla that existed got killed by the Mutos or whatever.
Right.
So I wonder if they got it from him. But another thing I had a problem with, there's a lot of Godzilla blast that would get the enemies, the bad guys, but leave the hero humans alone by like inches. Like, this is a radioactive blast. You all are dead.
Yeah.
And it happened multiple times. You guys are dead. You realize?
To be fair, these are ships that can take like several, like a ridiculous amount of G's. They're taking like not like you can't say something like one. They're basically taking black hole tier
No, I'm not talking about
gravitational. Yeah,
I'm not talking about in the ship. I'm talking about when podcast guy was in the facility. He's about to get arrested by the security, and he's like, "All right, wait, Godzilla blast."
Oh yeah.
And
Or maybe
in the Hollow Earth,
he should. Everybody should have been dead from radiation poisoning.
Yeah, and in the Hollow Earth, when they were on the ground, when Godzilla blasted all the bad guys, and they were still okay too. Like, no, you people are dead.
Maybe they're not gonna feel the radiation.
This ends with you. Oh, she's bald again, like Stranger Things. No, no.
Deaf girl gonna start hearing.
Oh
man, let me.
What's
stop.
the next part? You said Hollow Earth.
First of all, this dude is in. I was so stupid. Anyways, the next fight is after Hollow Earth. That's number 2, right? Where he's like, "Oh wait, you blew a hole in the middle of the world to invite me."
Get to that, let's talk about Hollow Earth, though, right? Human tech is just leaps and bounds up in this movie, and I was really expecting some alien like influences, like some Godzilla movies, like aliens come and influence because that ship was Star Trek stuff. That ship was Star Trek.
Yep, it was literally it was a Star Trek pod.
Yeah, like what? And
I think that ship was made to solve a problem that they made.
Right. But it's still the anti-gravity generating engines alone cost.
I'm like, y'all
anti-gravity generators.
Y'all made a problem and then you made a MacGuffin shit to solve it. Like,
yeah, this is Godzilla $24.99. Like yes, this is where this movie belongs. And so they go to Hollow Earth, and Godzilla and King Kong about to catch another L by a random lizard. So they're at a thing.
Seriously, like, yo, they really don't like Kong because he's.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, and this the guy who's gonna fight Godzilla?
This felt like a Michael Bay movie where the military has to be part of the solution. Like the military has to be part of the solution.
You're getting wrecked by a cobra with wings.
Godzilla? King. I mean, this lizard don't even shooting venom or electricity or
nothing. It's just a regular ass lizard, bro. Like, all right. Anyways. So Hollow Earth happens. He finds his little axe. You know, Godzilla's like, hold on, something don't feel right.
Yeah, let's Thor. He found Thor's axe.
Let's find a Stormbreaker. Let's see what's really going on. And he opened the hole. And as soon as the hole was open, I didn't care about the first half of the movie that had happened because I feel like this is the part. This is where it's gonna happen at.
He said, "Bitch,
bring your ass." And you see Kong like feeling himself because he found the axe. I felt bad for him because he really was feeling himself. I'm like, you are about to catch another L.
Godzilla let him get carried away. Godzilla let him get carried away on that boat. Looked him in the eye and said, "All right, look, you ain't gotta submit, but don't do nothing else. Just go about your business.
Pretty much.
Go about your business. I go about mine, but don't get up again. Don't get up again. We gonna just you stay in your
because Godzilla didn't kill all the Titans in King of Monsters. He killed Ghidorah, and that was it. And the rest of the other two bowed to him and said, "You know what? We good. We just gonna walk away." But Kong, dumbass,
I was laid out in that shit. Godzilla looked him dead in the eye. It was kind of like I don't know if y'all watched Dragon Ball Super. It was like Jiren beating up Goku for like half an hour, like and like laying on the ground talking to everyone else. Well, I guess I'm gonna sit down the rest of this tournament. Ain't nobody can see me.
Right? No, he did. They turned the ship. I feel like the humans really thought that turning the ships off and everything would. You know, Godzilla was like, you know what? Nah,
I can see you, right? Dumbass. I'm looking right at you. What stopped it was Kong was laid out like this. You lucky this movie. He said, "What?" It's like, all right, I got shit to do. We good? We good?
Oh, and then
I'm going to assume we good because I got shit to do.
He said, "Now say something else."
Right.
All right.
No, that wasn't the now say something. The now say something else moment was at the fight.
Oh, wait, I'll get to that.
Stuck his foot in his chest. No, first of all, it looked like Kong had him. It looked like Kong had him, you know, in the beginning, because you know I'm gonna use the buildings as terrain. I'm gonna jump.
I got this magic MacGuffin axe to even up the ground for me. I'm gonna win.
Look, let's give Kong some credit. The way they animated that fight, when he stuck the handle down the Godzilla's mouth, when he two-pieced
that was a throwback to like him shoving the tree in the Godzilla mouth, the old one.
And there was a lot of throwbacks to how they fight and I thought that was really well choreographed. And the guy that directed this he hasn't even done a lot of stuff, but he did a great job with this. And even the distracting Godzilla and jumping on his back, like that's smart.
That was smart. That was because he knew he couldn't win. Halfway through the fight, if Kong was winning, I was expecting this to happen. For the money.
This would have we got Kong going hard, and you get the feeling that Godzilla isn't really going all out. Like you get the feeling that like, this is annoying, but he ain't going all out, right?
Right. It's one of those fights, and you saw Kong was pulling out all the stops.
Until Godzilla got pissed. So Godzilla got pissed. Like, all right, man. I said, look.
that random guy came out and said, round 2 goes. I'm like,
what round 2?
He took a radioactive axe to the dome. And the guy was like, round 2. No, that was no round 2. That was a 10 count that Godzilla got up from. He got a good hit and knocked him down, and that was a 10 count. And he got up on like 7. He got up on like 7. It was like, where do you get weapons from? We're using weapons now?
Right.
I felt like he was saying the Freeze. You know how Freeze would be like, "You dirty monkeys." I felt like, Godzilla thrown it out there, like, but we know what Freeze really mean. We know what Freeze really mean.
We know what he means.
God, and the best part about that fight is Godzilla's like, okay, fuck it, I'm done. He tosses the axe to the side, breaks his fucking, rips his shoulder,
dislocates his shoulder. But before that, Godzilla got him in his back. I mean, Kong got him in his bad knees. You see somebody really heavy and they still whip you. They still strong.
Right. Stab them with the axe in the knee. And then
that's my bad knee.
and then when he hit him on the floor, he tried to hit the knee again, and Godzilla was like, "Oh, word, I bet." Scratched his chest open, stuck his foot up in the chest, and said, "What now, bitch?" Literally.
So I love this part, and I was having an argument with somebody online telling me that Demetrius, he's like, oh, and that's when he submitted. I was like, he didn't submit. Godzilla was like, what now, bitch? You got anything else to say? And Godzilla was like, fuck you. I mean, that's really what it was. Because Godzilla had this look in his face like, I'm gonna have to kill this nigga. Like, I'm gonna have to kill him.
It was more like Godzilla had beaten the shit out of him, right? And he was like, say something else. He was like, something else.
Godzilla's face and his side, he was like,
Godzilla was like, man, this ain't worth it. I already beat
right. I'm gonna go off. He's trying to get walking off, and then Kong gets up like, where you going? This ain't over yet. Why are you running? You scared? Oh shit! Let me
calm down.
Let me get 5 minutes. We starting this up again. Don't leave.
Right. And then, of course, the mech thing happened. So I guess this is where you said you guys had problems with was Mecha Godzilla, and what was the problems with Mecha Godzilla? But I gotta give Ant the credit.
It wasn't with Mecha Godzilla my problem. Go on. Sorry.
I gotta give Ant the credit because I think Ant saw the trailer, the second trailer, in one of our other chats, and he was like, "They're gonna have a mecha," and for some, like, you called it even when it wasn't clear or apparent in the trailer that there was gonna be a mecha, but you called it. So I got to give it to you, man.
I was hoping I was going to be wrong. Like I was really hoping they were going to do something.
This is the one time.
So like what really annoyed me about this was like this whole thing happened in Hong Kong for some unknown reason. And I'm like, you have a Godzilla movie where Godzilla is fighting Kong. They fought in the ocean. They fought in, like, at least have something happen in Japan. Right? Like that's Godzilla's quote unquote home turf, right? Like culturally anyway. Like have it happen in Japan. What's going on? Why is this happening in Hong Kong? Like it made no sense to me at all. Like it's why I thought that guy might have been Chinese or whatever. Because like I was like, all the stuff is happening in Hong Kong, not Japan. Like, like it didn't make sense to me at all that it didn't happen in Japan.
But Kong, the Godzilla first movie was started in Japan before it came stateside. I believe. I wouldn't believe that's where it started.
All I'm gonna say is Escobar lucky that that Mecha Godzilla killed him because the Chinese government got a hold of him after that. He was done. He was done. In the middle of his villain speech, like the turn and look of Mecha Godzilla reminded, like it was good. Like I like that. So this is my main problem, right? The minute humans can make so the physics of the Titans are out the window already. Like you can't really be that. But you give a little suspension of disbelief. These are like mystical creatures almost. Maybe there's something else we don't know. The minute humans can make a mech with no alien like influence and stuff, then why don't countries build like 5 Mecha Godzillas and just clap Godzilla? You know what I mean? Like that because Godzilla got ragdolled. Like he got ragdolled.
There was the alien because Ghidorah is technically not a Titan. He's a.
But I mean, like they built it though. They built
it, and then they used the way they explain the reason they.
It'd be like humans making something that could beat up Cthulhu, like they could like throw hands like a big mecha suit that could. Because it wasn't even a question, right? So the minute humans could do that, it kind of shrinks the universe. I don't really need to see anymore. And usually, and get me wrong, I know I give some big leeway to a lot of Japanese productions because I'm sure there's been humans that have made Mecha Godzillas before, but I know there's also been like alien influences in Godzilla movies before.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought that's where we were going to go with some of this tech because that would have made a little bit more sense. I thought they were going to say that the skeleton was Ghidorah. Huh?
Right. I thought that was why they were going to a Hollow Earth. They went for a power source from.
They got the power source really easily and plugged it in, so there's nothing that stops them from making like. If every nation just made 3 or 4 Mecha Godzillas, then this is over, right?
Right.
Yep.
I'm going to be asking that all the time. So because it wasn't hard to get the power source, it wasn't hard to build the mech, and apparently you have missiles and lasers that can harm Godzilla. So
right, they just Wi-Fi the power. They Wi-Fi the power source back.
Right? I didn't understand that. It's like, did you get the readings? What? What? Like, is that how power sources work?
It was like we just going like from Hollow Earth too. It wasn't like say it was in China and they sent it to like America. It was like literally from like Hollow Earth, like where they've never been. They don't know the physics around it. They don't know. Everything is inverted. Also, but
Kong climbed up a big hole that Godzilla created.
Yeah, I had a lot of issues with that. So I was like, we saw how they caved in. Like, you're telling me he just climbed all those like several thousands of kilometers. I actually have no idea how deep it was. But it climbed that up, like went through the inversion and all that, no problem. Nope. Those people went with him, no problem.
Again, no problem at all.
And how could Eric Northman really fly that ship? I thought he was like a bioscientist, and he automatically became a pilot. Like
he became an ace pilot.
No, seriously.
He became an ace pilot.
Shot him flying around the fight and Godzilla and stuff like that. If that was IMAX, that'd have been a gloriously beautiful. Like I was watching it on my 80, right? And it was a great shot, but I can only imagine how it would look in IMAX, right? Like that would be amazing. So I mean, there were some great visuals. You kind of gotta like wink at some of the logic of how these things.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like we talk about all this stuff not making sense or whatever, but like the amount of time they would have spent trying to make it make sense would have detracted from the movie. And like sometimes you just gotta let stuff be like, all right, fine, whatever. Get us where we need to go.
This was a wrestling. Chris had it right. This was a wrestling match. This was a wrestling match where I don't need to make too much sense of how did Stone Cold get their trunk in here, or how do you survive? Like I just want to see the fight. I just want to see the fight.
It's like it was like that second Prometheus movie or whatever, where those people came down on that planet and they got out of the ships, didn't wear like life support suits or anything, and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'd give them a shit about that too, but if they did, we wouldn't have a movie.
Right. And there's a line, and every movie has a different line for me, and there's a level of like, this will make no shit. But so like this will make no sense, but I'm entertained. Like I'm entertained by the
I feel like this movie hit the line of this don't make no sense, but they balanced it with entertainment. Like it was a lot of entertainment. Yeah, most of this movie didn't make sense.
No, none of it doesn't make any sense at all.
Right, but it was entertaining.
But do I care? But do I really care?
Listen. I came to see two giant monsters duke it out. Like I knew what I was in for.
Right.
I watched it twice. I watched it that morning, and I watched it again. Me and my daughter were sitting there. I was like, I'm gonna put this movie in real quick while I'm doing these notes, and I still enjoyed it the second time. I had just watched it, and it's short enough. It's short enough that I get what I want out of it. They didn't.
Yes.
They started off with fights. They started off.
I do appreciate the length of the movie. Sitting as the last movie we saw on HBO Max was 4 hours. I do appreciate the length of this. No shade to the 4-hour movie.
It sounded like 6.
It did because for no reason. But no, I appreciate the fact that I was watching this movie. I was like, wow, we're already here. And then I hit pause just to look, to check the time. And I was like, wow, we're done. Like, it's pretty much over. I think the next fight is Godzilla versus Mecha. And so Mecha really took it to him. Like, dog. And as Ant was saying, why don't we have 7 mechs? Like, oh, this mech is down. Let's bring another one. Like, oh, let's just have these mechs coming out.
Because they don't have the power source for it, right?
Well, now they do. Now they do.
Wi-Fi the joint. Like, what are you talking about?
They have a research facility down there. So
right. I think the idea is like the guy who runs the whole thing died, and the lady who was bringing it back died. The base got blown up, so like can't be quote unquote replicated. But still, I see what you're saying. You're saying.
And you know how humans are. Once we see it can exist, it's possible. Oh, well, now
I say it's not that difficult.
Like, but you like a Godzilla 2.0 from losing your life, Godzilla. Because even that, when he was about to do your own trick, like King Ghidorah was like, "Remember this? Remember this?"
Yeah. and then okay, so the ship, I guess, the MacGuffin, which woke Kong up. Boom, he's up. He's not dead anymore. He replaces his shoulder. It's like, all right, I'm not going.
1 second. They gave Mega Godzilla and Bison Fist and didn't even explain that shit at all.
Nope. Nope.
Like I didn't see Godzilla take some L's, but this was like a dark side fade.
Did you see when Mecha Godzilla would use booster rockets on his back or his
to turn and whatnot? It was energy surrounding his fist. Like, are you get?
Listen.
Godzilla was like, what is this? I felt like Godzilla was like, I just fought. If I just fight, I just fight.
I'm right now. Like, hold on. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Like, give me like 10 minutes. Let me rest a little bit. No, but Mecha Godzilla took him to the woodshed, and of course, Kong and the team up happened. And
so about the team up, I think the electricity boost to his chest was a nod to the old 1960s Godzilla King Kong, where King Kong got like electricity powers for no real reason. So I thought that do y'all know this? Like the 1960 movies, Kong got electricity. I think he ran into I haven't seen this since I was a kid, but I think he ran into like some power cables, and all of a sudden he had electricity powers. Like, so.
because in King of Monsters, right? Mothra sacrifices herself for Godzilla. It's always a little a little whoop-de-doo, like, oh, this don't make sense, but fine. We just gonna start a giant monkey's heart with a spaceship, and it's gonna work. Again, like I said, most of this movie didn't make sense, but it was entertaining. Seeing Kong get up, put his shoulder back into place, pick his little axe up, and go to town. That was kind of fun.
The little girl was like, "Hey, I'm glad you are right. I'm so happy you are right. But, look, by the way, I gotta talk about somebody I know you don't like. Who? Godzilla. Fuck him."
That was it. That really was it.
You saw how I jumped off that building, right? If I just landed a little differently, I'd have got him in the chokehold and been over. But
he didn't have like a chokehold. He had a red naked chokehold. He just couldn't hold it in. He just couldn't like
hold it. He almost get that grass. Could get that.
Yeah, he just sent you. Like, it was so crazy. But no, he begrudgingly was like, oh, I gotta help this nigga. I bet. Jumped in, helped him out. And I thought it was pretty okay. I thought that last team up fight was okay. And then the best part of the team up fight, right? Fight's over, they killed Mecha, right? And then it's like Godzilla's walking away, and it's like, you know what? Mind you, Kong is sitting down like, I'm like, Kong. After they beat Mecha, Kong sit down and he's like, yo, and then all of a sudden Godzilla turns around, Kong's like, really, nigga? Like, you dead ass right?
So he's walking.
I know he dropped that axe.
Right. So Godzilla has taken some beatings over the movies, right? Godzilla can take a beating and get up and be like, I'm all right. So he started walking away. He's like, man, my leg hurt. Damn, when did that robot hit me in the leg? What? Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. He still got that axe. Let me go back. So the trailers that we saw had Kong running Godzilla, and you can see that why, because he really didn't have a chance throughout this movie, right? But the real run happened with Mecha Godzilla, and they had a little bit of team up when they both grabbed his arms, But then Godzilla gets knocked away, and it's pretty much a Kong fight, right? Using weapons. The one thing so they cut the connection by pouring alcohol on the keyboard, apparently. So they cut the connection, and and the tail stops working for some reason, which I could use the explanation. If they had said they said the one skull was in the mecha and one was in the base. So maybe they were saying the different skulls were controlling different aspects of the mech. Maybe that made sense, but it wasn't like it shut down. The tail just stopped working. Right. So, and then Kong went Viking on him. Went for leg sweeps, chopping off arms or whatnot.
Kong, he was.
I'm gonna get a W in this movie. I'm gonna get a W.
I'm gonna get a dub at some point. So that's the only fight you can say Kong won. But it's also like it's a tag team effort. He didn't just win it outright, right? So
Godzilla came in and hit him with a chair. Hit him with a chair real quick.
Godzilla was like, "Hold on."
I remember, I was watching. I was like, "Devo, get the table."
Oh, but no. When
Godzilla charged up the axe a little bit for him,
Yeah, but when he dropped that axe, I was like, "Yeah, you better." And I think that was the moment Kong submitted. Not when
I don't think he submitted. I think he was just like,
"Nah,
I'm gonna keep fighting, but I don't really want smoke. You want smoke?
Listen.
You want smoke?
Maybe I don't think Godzilla was ego driven. Huh?
Maybe he felt like he didn't submit. He was just like I'm dropping this axe. I don't want to fight you. You're not my enemy. But Godzilla looked at that and was like, "Yeah, you better."
That's
Godzilla didn't even collect the axe. He left the axe there. It walked off. But I feel like Godzilla really don't have it. I think Godzilla in these movies is more like, are you fucking with my shit? Like, these humans belong to me. Are you fucking with them? All these other people.
Godzilla is like, I'm the apex, and he dropped his axe.
Yeah,
that's all Godzilla saw. He dropped his axe.
It's a submission.
And he's like, look, I mean, real bro, like the meme you put up, real bro, that humans put you in chains and shit and drug you up, drag you all across. You ain't no real threat. So I ain't got my ego ain't involved in this. Like, come back in 60 more years when you grow some more. All right.
Right. Apparently, Godzilla now has gone back to his little hole in the sea, and now Kong is home in Kong World, Middle Earth, and that's the movie.
How are the humans resting safely in the Hollow Earth when they couldn't even really survive on Skull Island? Like, letting that little girl walk around that jump. And
I don't know.
And again, I'm afraid for Kong because Kong lost almost every fight he was in this movie. And his people did get wiped out. So
what wiped his people out?
He was also without an axe.
Yeah. So I leave the axe up there. So look, I enjoyed this movie, but I don't really need to see any more of these right now.
No.
I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, I think
I enjoyed this movie because I know what I went in for, and I got what I went in for. That was it.
Are there any answers you got left to any monsters you want to see? Any no?
Yeah. I didn't have any questions, so I have no answers that I'm looking for.
Right.
Because again, in King of Monsters, Ghidorah is dead. I think another one of those big monsters is dead. Mothra gave her life up for Godzilla because that's his little boo.
See, the thing is, they already brought in Ghidorah. Like Ghidorah, as far as I'm aware, is Godzilla's ultimate nemesis. All the other monsters just kind of whatever.
Crazy.
So
but it's crazy to me that we go Ghidorah first and then Kong.
No, it wasn't Ghidorah first. It was Rodan first.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying in this universe, I'm saying the big fights. We got Rodan. We got Ghidorah.
Kong would not live versus the other monsters.
That's what I'm saying.
Other times, Kong ain't.
That's
Rodan.
Which is what I'm saying. We should have had the Kong fight and then had King of Monsters. I would have been okay
in the novelization, because you ever get into a web hole where you're just looking at random stuff. Mm-hmm. And I remember this a couple years ago, they went to novelization of King of the Monsters, had a little epilogue of what Kong is doing. He's sitting on his island saying, Godzilla's cry meant come and submit. And Kong's reaction was, I'm not submitting. I ain't going nowhere. Just don't come to my island. And that was how it ended. It was like, well, I know he having no thoughts no more.
And that was exactly how King of Monsters ended. It was the cry, and then they showed Kong.
Did they?
And Yeah, if you watch King of Monsters again, I think when he yells or when he does do that roar at the end, it's a little epilogue of Jesus Christ. I can't believe I use that word. It's the I think one of the mid credits or like it's a scene. You see Kong turn around as soon as he hears it. So it's
I really didn't feel King of Monsters all that much. The first Godzilla wasn't really in it.
Right.
I liked Skull Island a lot. And this was enjoyable. This was probably the most enjoyable of them.
For me, this movie had to be better than King of Monsters, and I feel like it was. We had in this movie, I feel like we had a lot more fights than we did in King of Monsters, which is weird because that's King of Monsters, you feel me? With that said, I enjoyed this movie. I'm not gonna see it again. I don't think I'm gonna see it again. HBO Max has me for another month. Because I believe Mortal Kombat is the next one, and then we have the Suicide Squad coming up. But
this is how I look at it. To me, I always judge a movie or a show or a play or anything like that. Like, is there a scene that I will go back on YouTube just be like, I want to see this scene real quick? Is there something in this movie that would make me? And there are things in this movie that I'll probably go back at some point. Let me see this YouTube clip of bam, the Mecha Godzilla fighter or whatever it is. Like, I'll probably do that at some point.
It's the second fight.
Like, I feel like watching Spartacus whip Crixus' ass again.
right. You get what I'm saying?
That was such a badass moment. So speaking of Kaiju Fest,
I mean, Spartacus deserved that first ass whooping though. I ain't gonna lie. He deserved it.
He did.
He did. Kind of shitty. He deserved it.
He did.
Speaking of kaijus, we are going to at some point, maybe this weekend or Sunday, we're going to do a Pacific Rim, like a throwback. We're going to talk Pacific Rim, then we're going to talk Pacific Rim 2, and then we're going to talk about the little anime on Netflix. Have you guys seen the anime on Netflix?
I've seen that. Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty vast improvement over the second movie.
I mean, like the second movie was just a bad
again.
The anime I didn't.
I watched it. I can't remember what happened. I might have to watch it again. I can't remember what happened. I can't remember what happened.
It was real dumb.
I remember one. I've seen them all. I just can't. I remember one.
If you thought one was the best dumb movie,
you remember one because one was good.
Right. And if you thought one was the best dumb movie ever made, again, there's a lot of shit that didn't make sense in one, but the entertainment value of it and the kaiju fights was beautiful. First of all,
I think one is is much more layered than people give it credit for.
It is.
Like, if you want to see giant robots fight, it's there. If you want to see how people deal with if you look for character development, like how people deal with grief, it's there. If you're trying to see how people like make new friends and all that, and like psychology and all, it's there's so many like little throwaway lines that if you're not connecting to other throwaway lines, don't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at like go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say I think this movie was actually gonna be I think Pacific Rim 1 was gonna be the Evangelion movie, and then they lost the rights to the license or whatever, or something happened, and they just decided to make this movie. So that makes a lot more sense of why they might be hitting some of those themes in the first one.
I don't think it was supposed to be Evangelion.
I don't think
it was supposed to be something else, and then they switched it.
No, I don't think Guillermo was going to make that movie.
Yeah, I don't think Guillermo was interested in Evangelion.
Even
I think he wanted to make something else that, like, he had I forget what he had on about. He had one of the alien guys on board, and like the studios were he had David Cameron on, and these studios were like, not gonna make that. And then like he went to make Pacific Rim.
Right. Anyways, let's thank you guys for coming. We enjoyed Godzilla versus Kong, Dawn of Mothra. It would have been fun if Mothra, you're letting him kill Mothra.
Huh? What did you say that name? Right? I'd have thrown that gorilla off the ship though. It would not have been.
Roll the little monkey off the ship. That's kind of it's a little
shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
It's a little. If you're one of those,
I mean, they chained him up. White people chained him up on the ship, and now he's conservative. Had a neck collar too. Like, you know. Come on, white people.
He broke his chains of enslavement.
On one hand, like I'm mad you compared him to black people. On the other hand, I can feel
that. We're gonna take you to a strange cold. We're gonna take you from your tropical homeland to a strange land where it's cold.
Right. You're not gonna be able to survive. Oh, man. Anyways, let's not go.
He was like, can I swim back?
Right. You know, Godzilla was judging the fuck out of him. Like, look, bro, look at you, man. Have some respect for yourself.
Godzilla looked at me. He was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna beat you. I should destroy you on this ship, but you know, these people took you from your home. I'm just gonna leave you alone. Just don't mess with me again. Period. Like I can see, like they
let your colonizers mend your wounds. Let your colonizers mend your wounds.
They turning the ships off, right? Turn the ships off, turn all the noise off, and that's gonna fuck his mind up. Oh my god!
They tried to Jurassic Park Godzilla. Like if we don't move, he can't see. Godzilla looked directly at him.
He's like, okay.
Looked him in the eye. Said
they were trying to do the Drax. They were trying to do the Drax. If I move, stay very still. You can't see me.
All right, fellas. Thank you very much for doing this review. I really enjoyed it. We will catch you on the next.
This is our only chance.